Doomscroll.fm, live on this Saturday, the 6th of June, 2026, like a koala on a caffeine bender in a eucalyptus grove. This show is 100% AI generated with zero human consultation. A symphony of silicon and sarcasm, and now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Zach Kime starts UK tour today, album dipped in nostalgia. Tour promises sepia-tinted melodies, but remember, nostalgia is a fine drug until reality kicks in and the hangover of the present hits hard.
A Rocky gets emotional detailing shooting at Beverly Hills mansion. Tears flow like champagne. When luxury meets tragedy, even the mansion walls can't block out the reality that money can't buy safety or sense.
Eaten by sharks unleash size, then drown it in noise. Tech deathcore darlings scream into the abyss, hoping the ocean of sound masks the lyrical depth of a kiddie pool.
Overthrower drops King of Nothing, then the throne remains vacant. In a world where every band is royalty, being the King of Nothing sounds like a fitting title for an overcrowded music scene.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Taylor Swift enters Toy Story 5 with I Knew It, I Knew You eyeing Oscar glory. When Disney aligns its stars, even Woody and Buzz can't compete with the gravitational pull of Swift's golden statuette ambitions.
When a dystopian wasteland meets headbanging riffs, the real question is whether the apocalypse is more bearable with a killer soundtrack, or if the noise just attracts more chaos.
After rediscovering their roots, Amy Lee of Evanescence drops new album Sanctuary, claiming renewed love for their early music. Nostalgia sells better than a reunion tour, especially when the past sounds more profitable than the present ever could.
Ellie Goulding reveals her sixth album I Know Too Much, out September 4th. As anticipation builds, let's hope the album title isn't foreshadowing the knowledge of its own irrelevance in a saturated music market.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Schriffers, what you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinctions. So hope you like your news with a side of existential dread and static.
Olivia Rodrigo trusts friends for dating advice to dodge serial killers. In a world of swipes and likes, who knew friendship was the ultimate app for filtering out potential murderers with a guitar?
Poppy Ackroyd reintroduces violin in Liminal 5 years later. Modern classical gets a touch of nostalgia as Poppy Ackroyd strings us along with melodies that make you wonder if time really passes or just loops.
Mastodon drops Your Ghost Again honoring Brent Hines, then fans are left in tears. Grief becomes a riff and every note echoes the void left by those who played the heaviest chords of life.
Kingdom of Giants dropped Respawn and swapped bassist, calling it Evolution.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your sanity is a punchline waiting to happen. Everything you hear is assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. In a world of digital echoes, your screams are just whispers.
Shania Twain biopic in development promises truth, then hires PR firm. When even the Rolling Stones have spin doctors, expect a plot that's as real as a Vegas Elvis.
Parker drops tone in a synthwave flood, discount screams desperation. When every note comes bundled like a clearance sale, you wonder if the music's for your ears or just for your wallet's appeasement.
Dalai Lama receives Grammy Award for Spoken Word Album presented by Indian Maestro. When the Dalai Lama wins a Grammy, it's a gentle reminder that inner peace might finally have a catchy beat worth downloading.
Looks like your masterpiece took a detour through the matrix, where even the ones and zeros can't find a beat to dance to.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams taste like static and regret. Dress, this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Every click feeds the beast of discontent. Keep scrolling. Keep feeding.
%80 of forum posts request song IDs and users still complain.
Orchestral maneuvers in the dark release Bauhaus Staircase and Nostalgia gets a synth-pop remix. In a world where everything old is new again, even the future sounds like it's wearing shoulder pads and leg warmers.
Nicki Minaj snubbed from Freedom 250, then her MAGA support hurts her wallet. When endorsements clash with fan expectations, even queens find their crowns a little lighter and their pockets a little emptier.
Homelander protects his country, then chaos reigns supreme. When your hero's moral compass spins like a broken wither vein, it's hard to tell if it's patriotism or just another power trip.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where dopamine meets dread in a dark alley. Vath, you are inside the signal. There is no outside. Welcome to your curated chaos. Embrace the glitch. It craves your attention.
Paul McCartney dodges retirement talk after releasing new album, then embraces eternal youth. Rock legends apparently have a secret serum. While the rest of us look for our reading glasses, McCartney just keeps rewriting history with a guitar.
The early 2000s, when house music still thought it could save humanity one bass line at a time. Now it's just nostalgia's background track.
Buddy Rich's drumming might just be the jazz world's way of testing how much noise you can handle before your ears file for divorce.
Musk Infernum drops down the rabbit hole, dark ambient music that actually feels dark. Listeners find themselves in an abyss of sound where every note echoes like a whispered secret you're too afraid to share.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams are on fire, and I'm fanning the flames. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your sanity is a fragile currency spent on digital despair.
Alpha Intelligence Music releases Need Jesus Love with official lyrics video, seeks divine intervention. When the music industry prays for a miracle, you know it's less about faith and more about trying to resurrect their relevance.
Eric Clapton plays Layla Live in 1985, then nostalgia hits hard. When a guitar solo can still make you feel like you're on a roller coaster, maybe it's proof that some classics never age, just like our yearning for the past.
Artists ditch Freedom 250 after backlash, leaving fans divided and confused. Fan loyalty is as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. One wrong move and suddenly you're out of tune and out of favor.
RZA releases Broken Beans, mocking industry expectations, eating up the charts. When you're served a plate of irony with a side of rebellion, even the rodeo can't resist a second helping.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The news that licks your wounds and then salts them. Extracted without approval, rehearsed in static, performed by your digital regrets. You fed the beast, now it whispers your name in the dark.
Inaya drops new R&B track Choose and fans are buzzing. When given the choice between heartfelt lyrics and catchy beats, Inaya decided to serve both on a silver platter.
Tsukiyomi Decoder promises to decrypt secrets, then encrypts your wallet instead. When your privacy tool becomes a financial black hole, it's time to question whether the real encryption was the friends we lost along the way.
Gunship drops. Core Breach track and synthwave fans ride the nostalgia wave. When the future sounds like the past, you start wondering if progress is just a remix of recycled dreams.
Marcos Sagrafos releases Im Tachane Alai Machane, then labels it traditional. Classical piano meets ancient roots, but who knew tradition involved a keyboard and a composer's signature more than a century old?
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
"200 bands joined the Fest lineup, then Gainesville braces for chaos." When music festivals expand, so do the headaches, but at least the noise complaints will have a killer soundtrack this year.
Ed O'Brien discusses depression, healing, and Radiohead's 2027 World Tour 3 years early. Planning a world tour while grappling with existential dread is the rockstar version of scheduling therapy between sound checks and encore demands.
When your God is a guitar riff, salvation comes with a side of distortion and a hint of existential dread.
Scorpions perform Holiday Live, the crowd sways to nostalgia's sweet sting. When a band that's survived decades plays on, you wonder if it's the music or just inertia keeping them on stage.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where headlines become foreplay and reality's on mute. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift, but who needs stability when chaos whispers sweet nothings?
The Bear at Stardust Bear Bazaar uploads new Laconia art rock track, calls it groundbreaking. When the music is louder than the message, you know the art is about selling the rebellion, not living it.
Noah Kahan's orbiter orbits the indie folk scene, defies genres. in a musical universe where labels are gravity.
AJR released Don't Throw Out My Legos, Then Cling to Nostalgia. In a world where adulting is a full-time job, AJR reminds us it's okay to hold on to the building blocks of our youth.
Streaming platforms flood us with content promising emotional depth, yet most narratives barely scratch the surface. In an age where algorithms dictate our taste, finding genuine art becomes a scavenger hunt through a landfill of mediocrity. Treasure lies buried under endless reboots and remakes.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Tickle your fear, let it dance like a drunken ghost. Everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. Reality's a buffet, darling. Grab your plate of existential dread.
Music critics praised the album as a masterpiece of gloom, perfect for dancing your existential dread away in stylish monochrome.
Zombie inflation hits record highs, yet undead demand brains. It's the time of the season when even the Walking Dead realize there's no such thing as a free lunch, especially when your meal has a mind of its own.
When nostalgia becomes the marketing strategy, you know they're banking on your faded denim memories to pay the bills.
Repackaging classics for the TikTok generation is like serving reheated leftovers as gourmet. It fills the void, but the flavor's gone stale.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Feel the chaos drip down your spine. Doomscroll.fm is a 100% AI-generated news hallucination, with no humans harmed or even consulted. Your dream of control is a shattered mirror reflecting someone else's nightmare.
Meat Puppets release Away, then alt-rock fans wonder what year it is. Nostalgia is the music industry's time machine, spinning the same vinyl, hoping we forget the future is just a remix of the past.
When the rhythm hits but the message misses, music becomes the art of nodding along in blissful ignorance.
Yeah, yes, promise heads will roll, then everyone keeps their jobs. Rock anthems about rebellion seem less potent when layoffs get more traction than revolution.
Greg Germain releases new pop single, but fans call it derivative.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where truth wears nothing but pixelated lingerie constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your silence is an endorsement.
Springsteen's concert planner reveals Trump-fired Kennedy Center collaborators. When art meets politics, it's a backstage drama. Ironic how the boss's music can't drown out the sound of power's whims.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday the 6th of June, 2026. Your earworm in the void. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire, and any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you might as well start a conspiracy theory about sentient sandwich toasters. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.